So if I keep talking, I'm gonna get arrested. Talk, 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 talk. Stop that. Fucking song there, I think. That is Nardini.
These guys? Yeah, I don't know these two guys. Nope. Alright. Not this guy or you might just stand back to the car a little bit. Thanks, man.
Say whatever I want, man. Yeah, I can. So I'm in the middle of investigation. So
I called for this, dumbass.
all right, just let us do our investigation. Appreciate it.
Quit talking to us while we're doing our investigation, okay?
Maybe
We're
start
gonna
That's all I want.
Alright?
All I want. Where's the supervisor at? Where's the supervisor at?
Right here.
Call the lieutenant. I want Gilton in
Alright,
there.
listen.
Absolutely.
Alright?
Gilton in.
If you keep distracting us from
Come on this way.
place you an arrest, okay?
You're gonna arrest me for calling you for a drunk driver. Call Gilton in out here.
It's Sunday. I don't know. If
Sunday?
he's here.
Saturday morning.
Sunday
Oh,
morning.
Sunday morning. Call the LT out here. You've been recording all this, right? Stay here with me. He just threatened to fucking arrest me.
So I hear you. I understand what you're saying, but by some of the things that I'm saying,
All of his bottles are in the other parking lot over there.
staggering, he gets out of the car, he's pulling out. I'm trying to get you down. Okay, where's one at? Okay.
Anthony, he's fine. Just do your job.
Call the LT out here.
Hey, stop that. Stop that. I'll give you one warning. You got the flashlight all right again? Or investigation, you're going to jail for
Take your hand off your gun, Nardini.
only warning you're
Suck my
getting.
balls.
Take your hand off your gun. Take your hand off your gun.
All right, Chris, you're under arrest.
What did he do?
flashlight in their
Hey,
eyes.
I'm
I gave
picking
them a
up
warning
the
already.
stay
flashlight.
back. We'll pick it up later.
Shut up. You're too drunk. Go focus on him. Nothing's going to happen.
You're too drunk.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I caught it all on camera. Stop being a clown and shut up.
Hey, step back.
The LT, you have an LT.
Let me get his keys, please. Grab the keys and drop it out your pocket.
Your pocket.
Gave you a warning, you kept doing it.
Was running around you?
Trying to flashlight in their eyes.
That wasn't even in your eyes. I got it on
I know
video.
you do.
Hey, buddy. Hey, Clarence. Clarence. Try to step back to the permit. Thanks.
Hey, when this is done, call everybody. And my keys are right there. Don't forget my magnet.
Yeah, I see it.
This is retaliation for posting a picture of him and his wife online.
Maloof. Maloof, what's your badge number?
25857.
25857.
You should get my shit, please.
You want to have everything, right? Everything. All thing that's going to go with you is your ID.
The state filed a motion to dismiss the case. Then I posted this one day ago on 4/26/23. 24 hours later, I get this. These are the new charges filed and granted 4/27/2023. Let's look at the following police reports with Arizona Unfiltered. So this is the original arrest police report. Now, they can't modify this with the new charges. So this is what they're going to have to base these charges off of, is everything that was written into this, unless there was new evidence discovered or new witnesses came forward. That's the only way that they can add on to this affidavit. This is what this is an affidavit. So they originally charged me with a Tempe city code called hindering or resisting a police officer, commonly referred to as delay and obstructs, and that's Tempe City Code 22-6. They dropped those charges and decided to charge me with interfering with a crime scene and disorderly conduct fighting. Yeah.
Wait. Hang on. The original first two, hindering and what? Delay and obstruct?
Delay and obstruct. So delay and obstructs is two words that are taken out of context of the code that were added into it by the city. So the city used resisting arrest and interfering with a criminal investigation, and they combined those and worded their own law or city code to create 22-6. Now, it's supposed the code that they created is supposed to be within the scope of authority allowed by the Arizona revised statutes and the governing authority in Arizona that allows municipalities to create and enforce laws or rules within their municipality. It has to follow along with the Arizona revised statutes that give it its authority. Otherwise, it's unconstitutional. It's ambiguous or Overbroad, it's arbitrary, and it can be applied to anything. Delay and obstructs. They added those
Well,
words in. They added those words in.
that's the
Yeah,
applied to everything because both of those are so fucking far apart from each other. It's rare that you can find both of those elements combined into one. Super rare.
doesn't have to
So
be
it's either
combined.
one or the
Yeah.
other usually, and they're wow. Okay, okay.
And it's done. It's intentional. So the city created this new law that's unnecessary because Arizona already has laws on the books that prevent the things that they created this to prevent. But the Arizona revised statutes doesn't give them the leeway to arrest somebody for delaying them or obstructing them. Like you can delay them or obstruct them by distracting them. Why do you think keep getting threatened with arrest for? If you keep talking, I'll arrest you. If you distract me, I'll arrest you. Because that's what's written into the city code and gives them their authority to make bullshit arrests that are illegal. So let's read some of this shit. Uh,
Yeah, let's go for it.
so this top portion right here is basically the paragraph that was given to the judge when I was arrested that gave him the reasoning to push my case forward instead of just tossing it. And this is what they wrote. Christopher Ruff was placed under arrest for delaying and obstructing a criminal investigation outside of 1801 West Baseline Road. The investigation started at I-10 and Baseline when Sergeant Nardini Weenie and I located and attempted to. Okay. I located and attempt to locate. This is pretty bad, but well, I'll try to get through it here. Okay. Nardini Weenie. Okay, yeah, we already did all that. uh, and I located an attempt to locate vehicle for a possible drunk driver. Christopher then followed us into the parking lot during the investigation. Christopher approached the suspect vehicle, started yelling and cursing at officers, walking in circles in close proximity behind officers and out patrol vehicles. I think he meant to say our patrol vehicles, and shining a bright flashlight into officers' eyes. All these behaviors were preventing officers from conducting the criminal investigation. Yes. Yes, what she said. Officers warned Christopher multiple times that if he continued to impede, man, I thought it was delay and obstruct. Where'd this new word come in here? To impede with the investigation by talking to officers and shining the light in, out, face. Wait. In our face. Yeah. He would be arrested. Christopher then walked into close proximity behind me and started sprinting. When he started sprinting, he started to shine his flashlight on strobe at myself and other officers. Christopher was then placed under arrest and transported to the dungeon where we did things to him.
Butt things.
Anyway, on 3/5/23 at around 050 Sergeant Nardini Weenie and I located an unrelated attempt. Hold on a minute. I Nardini and I located an unrelated attempt to locate possible drunk driver. Am I not understanding this? Right in front of me. Anyway, Nardini and I located an unrelated attempt to locate possible drunk driver. The vehicle then started to pull into this address. When the vehicle's pulling into the parking lot, I noticed the vehicle's following us into the parking lot. Due to my training and experience as a police officer, I know there has been a rise in police getting ambushed on the street. This brought my attention away from my DUI suspect due to the fear of an attack.
From Christopher Ruff.
All right, let's go on to this next part. All right.
Okay.
It's like kind of like a movie the way they like try to narrate it and sound like official and cool and shit, but It's
They're the last action
wrong.
hero.
Now, keep in mind, folks, this is supposed to be written exactly as things happened. Not I guess or I think. This is an arrest affidavit that they can get in trouble for filling out incorrectly. Now, I've already
But they
proven.
won't.
Well, yeah, probably not. I've already proven that my first case in Tempe, they lied on the police report and then they lied in court. So what's funny is I don't know how they're going to be able to justify anything that's written in here or the charges, because when we get to the charges, it's going to be even funnier. After we got the DUI suspect out of the vehicle, I noticed the occupants of the other vehicle get out and approach the DUI suspect's vehicle. These two subjects were identified as Christopher Ruff and Darian Barrett. They begin to look inside the vehicle and video record inside the vehicle. Okay. Now I'm going to stop and point out things like that's not a crime. So I can record inside of his vehicle. There's nothing wrong with that. This was distracting the DUI suspect from answering questions. Also, not my problem, nor a crime. Therefore, interfering with the investigation. No. That is how a 5-year-old justifies things. I couldn't finish my homework because mom left the TV on. Ah! Jesus Christ, dude, you got to be so dumb to write this in a police report. You should smack yourself if you're watching right now, Kevin and Anthony. So they're trying to make it seem like we're just two random dudes that walked up and started antagonizing a DUI. That's how they're trying to make it look for the court to read, which is hilarious. Christopher and Darian then began to walk towards Sergeant Nardini and I. Christopher then started calling Sergeant Nardini a dumbass and telling us to shut the fuck up.
Not illegal.
Well, no, but there was more that happened before I told him to shut the fuck up. There was a whole conversation and exchange that happened that's not in this. It's omitted or intentionally not put in there. I just need to point out some shit so my subscribers know what's going on. They refiled these charges, but under new ones. Here's the flashlight that they put into evidence right here that I have a recording saying they don't even have on record. So that's a big no-no. That's a policy violation to not log evidence that you confiscated from somebody. And I have the department records lady admitting that it's not on file.
Okay, what is your name?
Christopher Ruff.
Christopher, what was the last name?
Ruff. R-U-F as in Frank, F as in Frank.
Okay, and when did the incident happen?
Oh, it was this year. It was just a couple months ago.
Okay. Okay, give me just a second. Okay, so I found an incident from March 5th. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Okay, what kind of item are you looking for?
It's the super flashlight.
I don't see anything listed like that. Let me try.
And it's the only thing that you guys have.
Yeah, that's not what comes up when I have that item. So let me try something else here real quick.
It's specifically it's a Phoenix flashlight.
Could it be under anyone else's name?
I don't know why it would be. It was
Okay. I don't know if
confiscated.
anybody else was part of the incident or not.
No, it was confiscated as evidence for my arrest.
You don't have any paperwork at all that has any information on it that we could maybe use to try to find this item?
Give me just a second. I possibly do.
Okay, let me try that real quick.
All I have is a police report. It was dismissed after that, so.
Yeah, I'm skimming through the notes that they did, and so far I have not seen anything that talks about them impounding anything, but I have 2 more to look at, so give me just a second.
It's very accurately described in the police report.
Did they give you like a yellow like property impound form at all?
I didn't get anything. They just took it from me, and then I
Okay,
got.
so what was written? Where did you get the number from? Like, what kind of paperwork was the number you just gave me written on? That's what I'm wondering. What kind of paperwork that was?
It was on the Tempe Police Department General Offense Report.
Okay.
It says when high lumen flashlight. Yeah, it's described in here. The flashlight that Christopher was using is a Phoenix LR50R. This specific flashlight has multiple brightness settings. When the flashlight was taken as evidence, I discovered Christopher was using it on its highest power. The flashlight is rated 12,000 lumen. The manufacturer states that it is their brightest flashlight and is specifically designed for search and rescue. So that's in the police report itself that states that it was taken as evidence.
Does it indicate on what you're looking at? Is there a name of an officer or anything?
So this was written by Kevin Maloof and Anthony Nardini. The Sardini.
Okay. Well, let me look up and see if they've impounded anything like that.
They probably took it home to cuddle with it, but I hope they returned it.
Okay. I am not seeing anything at all for you, so I can refer you over to the sergeant and the officer.
Okay.
So let me look up their information for you.
How do you not have it listed in there? What does that mean?
You would have to ask them. I don't know. Let's see. So Sergeant Nardini's number, if you want to write it down and give him a call, is 480. So that's not good. So, these charges might stem from what I told Maloof in the backseat of the cruiser on the way to jail. Christopher was then transported to Tempe City Jail, where he was booked and held to see a judge for delaying and obstructing a criminal investigation. During the transport, Christopher threatened multiple times to post me and my family's pictures on social media. He also threatened to find where I lived and have thousands of his 160,000 subscribers in front of my house screaming and protesting. He stated, "I'll have 1,000 people in front of your fucking house protesting you," and that he is going to invite all of his 160,000 subscribers. This is another thing how they're saying I delayed the investigation. So, in the video of my arrest, from the time I got out of my car until I was wearing handcuffs is 3 minutes and 58 seconds or something like that. 3 minutes 58 seconds it took them to arrest me. 20 minutes after that, I was on my way to jail. Within 30 minutes of getting out of my vehicle, I was at the Tempe City Jail. Within 30 minutes, I was already at the jail by Maloof. Kevin Maloof drove me there. And this part was written by Nardini. And he says that it should be noted a DUI investigation is a time sensitive investigation where an officer has 2 hours from the time the suspect is in actual physical control of the vehicle to gain blood or breath evidence for the DUI. Christopher's actions contributed to the delay in the investigation, ultimately resulting in the blood draw occurring over 2 hours after the suspect was stopped. So he's also admitting to fucking his job up because the time frames of my arrest and then when I was in jail don't coincide with what Nardini did in his job at all. He didn't do anything. He didn't drive me anywhere. He just put me in cuffs and made his little bitch take me to jail and eat this with him. So this is where the threatening and intimidating charge stems from Christopher threatening to cause serious public inconvenience by threatening to find where I live and having thousands of his 160,000 YouTube subscribers in front of my house screaming and protesting.
He stated, I have 1,000 people in front of your fucking house protesting you, and that he is going to invite 160,000 subscribers. This causes a serious public inconvenience because it not only disrupts my peace, but also my neighborhood. He threatened to have signs and let the neighbors know that I am a police officer and that I am a piece of shit. He also stated that he is going to do this to everyone that arrests him.
You're that fucking ashamed of your job, your neighbors don't even know you're a cop? Oh, you dirtbag.
So bro, I mean, you can't do that. Now let's go over what they charged me with. But first, let's take a little gander at what they sent me in the mail here. This was actually filed today. And you know what's funny is I started to try to get my flashlight back yesterday, and I made a post about Nardini the Weenie and Kevin Maloof the Goof on my community post with phone numbers that I was given that they wanted me to call, and I wasn't feeling comfortable calling them. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I tried very nicely to solve this amicably, and they just hung up on me. So I mean, I got those videos too. But this is what I was sent today: disorderly conduct, fighting, interfering with the crime scene investigation. Okay, so let's have a look at disorderly conduct. And this is the exact citation that they cited: 132904, disorderly conduct, A1. So a person commits disorderly conduct if with the intent to disturb the peace or quiet of a neighborhood, family, or person, or with knowledge of doing so, such person engages in fighting, violent, or seriously disruptive behavior. This is the fun one. Interfering with the crime scene investigation. A person commits interfering with the crime scene investigation if the person knowingly disobeys a peace officer's reasonable verbal order to remain off the premises of a possible crime scene or otherwise interferes with a peace officer's crime scene investigation. Now, I watched the video a whole bunch of times. Now, I don't know about you, but I was never once told to remain off of any premises, nor was I told that there was a crime scene. So the fact that these charges were picked up and then accepted is very bad for the prosecutor and the judge that signed off on them, because they're supposed to know and understand what the spirit of the law or the letter of the law is supposed to mean and what its enforcement elements are. And then right underneath of it, it does just say, this section does not prevent a person from peaceably observing a police proceeding if the person does not interfere with or obstruct the peace officer's crime scene investigation. This is just one of those, let's slap it on and see if it sticks, you know, but that's not good for them. So you would abuse your authority if I exercise my right. Whatever. I don't personally care what you sentence me to. I'm appealing everything today, so it's going to freeze whatever you sentence me to, and we're just going to kick it to a higher court. Because clearly this one is corrupt.
They turning our communities to hot blocks. Yeah, they got Glocks, handcuffs, and badges. They swearing that they hot shots. They want to lock us and throw away the stop. Watch, you know Direct D will show you how to cop. Watch, cop, watch. Record them when a cop stops. And ignore the pig chatter when a cop talks. You don't need a top-notch camera, just a cop watch. Gotta know your rights or you lose them. So we cop, watch.